Very good question. So the question was about CDC taking action this morning, advocating a pause for use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Apparently, I think they found about a half a dozen individuals who had blood clotting, so they're monitoring it out of abundance of caution. So what I'd say is a couple things. One, we have not seen any significant effects with J&J here in Florida, and so I got J&J. I think my arm was sore for 45 minutes, and then that was that. And so I think the track record thus far in Florida has been good. At the same time, because CDC is doing that, we're respecting that decision. We're going to follow that recommendation and monitor what they're doing for the time being. But I think that what they're doing is out of an abundance of caution. I don't think people should be worried who've already had it, who haven't had any effects. I think it's likely going to be very effective for you. But given that they're doing it, we feel that that's the appropriate thing to do. But you look at this, and it's a serious. Obviously, you want to know everything. It's an emergency use. There's a lot of medications that people take every day that have risk of blood clotting and some other stuff. And the physician will tell the patient. The patient can make an informed decision. This is under emergency use, and so yes, there have been trials. It's been approved for emergency use, but it isn't like it's something that's been used for 10 years. So I think the caution is much more stringent on something like this than something that maybe have much higher risk, but has been something that's kind of known. So that's kind of what's going on here. So, but I don't think people should be freaking out, because if you look at it, I think they've done between 7 and 10 million J&J shots in the United States so far. You found these 6. There's obviously probably some more because you haven't identified any, but it's still a very small number. And you also have to balance that against how many people are alive today because they had the J&J vaccine. I mean, there's no question that it saved lives already. And so same with the Pfizer and the Moderna. So that's really, really significant. So I think hopefully they'll do this quickly, get the information, and then hopefully we can move forward. But we are, in light of that, just acknowledging that they're doing it. We're following the recommendation to pause in the meantime. We're going to look closely at what they end up saying and doing. But my hope would be that this is something that is a little bit of a speed bump and that you would be able to get back. But we're going to wait and see what ends up happening. So we'll have more news on that as the CDC provides more information to us. But as it stands now, we do have a lot of the Pfizer and Moderna. The J&J production had actually gone down. So last week we had, I think, about 300,000 was the most we'd ever had at J&J, and that was going down this week and next week anyways. And so most of those J&J shots were already used. So in terms of availability, I think you're still going to have very robust availability of the vaccine. So thanks, everybody.